Guys, back in my little dungeon again. My glorious garage. Figured I'd do another video because still pretty bored. Got my little drinky. So kind of want to talk about like the merits of pipe smoking, if you will. So things and habits that you pick up while you embark on your pipe smoking journey. Things you learn to appreciate. The pipe I'm using is kind of dirty, so I'm just getting a pipe cleaner. I gotta clean it up. Ill prepared, but anyway, before I do that, let me show you. This is I'm smoking a Stanwell. I know it's probably not going to focus because I'm using my front-facing camera. Not very fancy technology here, but this is a Stanwell brushed, I think brushed black. Yeah, it just says Stanwell brushed Danish design. I don't think these are made in Denmark anymore. Anyway, you can't see that, but this is a bent double in shape, so it's a slight bend, kind of like a plateau rim. So, I'll show you what I'm doing. This is a big fluffy pipe cleaner. A lot of people didn't realize that pipe cleaners are actually used for cleaning pipes. A lot of us would use these for arts and crafts in like kindergarten, you know. But these are, I mean, we use pipe cleaners, but no one really like thought about it. Like, oh, why do they call these pipe cleaners? You know, no one really asked. This is why they're called pipe cleaners, because we clean pipes with them. A lot of people don't even know that. Like, I bust some of these out, my pipe roll out in public, you know, when I'm smoking, they're like, oh my god, I had no idea that those were actually for like cleaning pipes. Pretty dumb, but that's okay. Pipe smoking isn't really like popular like it used to be. So I have some heat shrink tubing on the stem here. You can see it's got some bite marks on it, so it's what I do is I just shrink it back up. Use the flame a little lighter. Shrink it a little bit. And it'll conform back to the shape of the stem. So you can see those bite marks are gone. So that's why I like heat shrink tubing. So, beverage of choice tonight, no Trulies. Have some in the fridge. I figured I'd switch it up, but I'm drinking some tequila. Getting fancy. Personally, I don't prefer tequila, but I was gifted a bottle recently, and I decided to crack it open, and for me, the only good tequila is free tequila, because not my favorite. So this is just some tequila, tonic, some Meyer lemon, simple syrup, and a little bit of lemon juice. Tasty. Oh, here, before I crack it open, I am smoking some Cornell and Deal Haunted Bookshop, and this, I don't know why I try this shit, is never gonna focus, but anyway, I got some of this at a local brick and mortar tobacco shop. They sell this in bulk, so I jarred it up myself. I just bought a few ounces. This tobacco is very, what should I say? I had the word on the tip of my tongue. It's polarizing, very polarizing. A lot of people like it because it has a lot of perique. I think there's a lot of perique in it. So it can be a little spicy. It's a little higher on the nicotine from what I recall, but it's like love-hate. Like, a lot of people love it, a lot of people hate it. I tried it a couple times and I liked it. Like I said, I prefer aromatics personally, but you know, I enjoyed it. So not bad, not bad. We're gonna smoke a little bit today. So get my bowl packed lightly. We don't pack it tight, right? What have you learned? So anyway, yeah, I want to talk about some of the merits of pipe smoking. So pipe smoking is one of those things that you know, you don't really do it just for the nicotine hit. A lot of people, it's a leisure thing. It's leisurely, you know, they like to sit down in their favorite place, maybe with a book, favorite drink, favorite, you know, coffee shop if you're able to smoke out on the patio. I've done that before. We have a couple places around here, or a brewery, and you just sit and pensively puff on your pipe. So for me, it's kind of taught me to like slow down a little bit, take my time. I'm not in a hurry to finish a bowl. I typically smoke in group settings or, you know, when I'm out in an area that will allow me to smoke, like a friend's house or hang out in the backyard, that kind of stuff. So we're going to light it up real quick. Got some residuals from the pipe cleaner on my tongue. It was a big fluffy one, so got a bunch of lint on it. Not nice, but anyway. So got my charring light. I think it was burley, really burley heavy, not perique. It's primarily burley. It's Haunted Bookshop, that's why people like it. So anyway, my true light. Okay. Yeah. If you like aromatics, you will hate this. Yeah, this is like pure tobacco. No topping, nothing sweet about it. Burley, perique, spicy, tobacco-y. Burley, if you're uninitiated, burley is primarily what regular cigarettes contain. So this doesn't really smell like a cigarette. It's different. Like pipe tobacco, burley is different than heavily treated cigarette tobacco, burley. It's way different. Sorry, I'm talking to my pipe's not staying lit. Silly. So yeah, it's taught me to slow down a lot. Hot. Contemplate more when I'm smoking. There are different types of smokers. You got ones that smoke cigars. Usually cigar smokers are a boisterous bunch, be in a group, you know, talking shit at the tobacco shop, puffing on their big old dog turds. I get it. You got cigarette smokers that are just anxious, trying to get that nicotine fix, sucking them down, always in a hurry. you know. And then you have pipe smoker. You can just sit down, pensively puff, not say a word, be sitting right next to someone else smoking a pipe. And you kind of have this mutual respect where it's like you acknowledge each other, like if you're at a tobacco shop or whatever, or a cigar shop or whatever, have another pipe smoker in there smoking, give them a little nod. Puff away. You can both sit there and smoke in each other's company and not even say a single word. You know? Because you're both just there enjoying your tobacco. There's a whole process to smoking. It requires a certain amount of attention. You see how I do my charring light, then my true light. You have to tend to the ember, keep it stoked. There's a whole ritual to it. It's not just pull a cigarette out, light, puff, 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 suck it down, and off you go. You know, it's a whole process. Pack your bowl in 3 stages. Tamp it down just right. And before you even do that, you have to make sure your tobacco is conditioned right. Make sure it's the proper moisture. Make sure you're prepping it right depending on the cut. Say if it's flakes or if it's cube cut or ribbon cut. Kind of make sure the flakes are rubbed out, all that kind of stuff. So it takes some preparation. Then you do your char light, your primary light, tamp as you go, every so often. It's a whole process, a whole ritual. And that's one thing that's fascinated me about this whole thing. Like the amount of attention and dedication that goes into it. I mean, there are those that make a habit out of it. Keep a cheap little corn cob in their vest pocket, a little pouch of tobacco, and they'll smoke all day, but everybody's different. That's not my style. You learn to appreciate the boogeyman that is tobacco. I mean, let's face it, tobacco is not good for you. But comparing this stuff, minimally processed, almost in its natural state, compared to the stuff that like Philip Morris uses in their chemically laden cigarettes, this is much better. And you start to learn different types of tobacco, different regions they're grown in, and you kind of grow. And the processes they go through to be to get to their final forms, like what is it? Or like Latakia and Turkish and Oriental blends, how they're, cured over certain like wood fires, give them their like smoky properties, and how like the best Perique comes from Louisiana and the best Virginias come from Virginia, especially living in the States, Chesapeake Bay and all that, historical regions where tobacco is still grown, kind of gain an appreciation for that kind of stuff. Mm. I've gained an appreciation for, though I can't afford them, the artisans and their crafts, artisan pipe makers, tobacco blenders, and you start to respect the skill and the care that goes into creating their craft. Just kind of brings me back to a simpler time. Sounds kind of cheesy, but for me, this is like my quiet time. Because I am, for people that don't know me, I'm a paramedic in a busy 911 system. I'm in an ambulance for 12 plus hours a day, several days a week. I hear sirens constantly. And you hear that? I don't hear shit. So, I've also learned to appreciate the solitude and the relaxation that this hobby's provided for me. So, not a very structured lecture there, but you know, I don't really have a script or plan these out. Just kind of on a whim, in one take. Usually sober. So, yeah. That's it. Stuff is spicy. Pretty spicy. Gotta cool her down. Ooh. Ooh, loudy. Well, yeah. That's about it. I mean, I think I got it all out. I'll have to come up with something more structured if I do more videos. So. Any words of encouragement or complaints? Questions? Memes? Whatever, dude. Comment section down below. Do your worst.